there. That sounds about good. All right, backspace. You ready? Mike. All right, is it on? We're good? All right. Welcome everyone to the matchup this evening. Let's start off by opening up in a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for giving us all traveling mercies coming out here tonight. I ask that you'll keep every player protected out there as they're out there on the court, and that everything that's done out there will bring honor and glory to you. I ask that you'll keep everyone safe as they're communities that everyone's safe travels. And this is the prayer. And you'll remain standing for the national anthem. So yeah, switch is shift to adds, control takes away. Pretty much it.
I'll figure it out eventually.
Alrighty. Announcing the lineup for the CCSI Eagles. Number 3, Amelia Orr. Number 3, Gracia Clark. Number 10, Madeline Rankin. Number 12, Julia Van Sice. Number 15, Amelia Cox. And the captain, number 13, Adriana Mast. And now starting for the Slippery Rock Panthers, number 1, Juliana Toth. Number 13, Clara Melvin. Number 11, Monica Depew. Number 10, Cassandra Eisler. Number 3, Elisa Armour. Number 10, Martha Depew. They have number 10 written down on the roster for Cassandra. So, yeah.
Okay, so Z to add numbers?
Z switches between like the highlighted up here. Elijah's running Scoreboard today, so
Okay.
yeah. Then shift adds to whatever score's highlighted.
Alright, so just adds one.
Yeah, it just adds by 1. Then,
And then
control takes it away. You can play with it for now. I mean, we're not really rolling in the money right now. But yeah.
Okay.
And then if you want to clear all, it's A.
I like the way it's set up. It's simple. Very simple guy.
Alrighty, so now I get to butcher the names all the time throughout the day. This is going to be a lot of fun. Well, yeah.
Come on, Michael Jackson.
I don't remember what happened. What happened last time these two teams played each other? I wasn't there for that away game.
Me neither.
All right, well, we're flying into this dark. We've taken out both the headlights driving through the night. If we hit something, well, it's bound to happen. But if we don't, well, that's great. So the referee just making sure everyone's in the right position. Today for the Panthers, Laura Hones at home. Coach Adria told me she's sick, so we'll roll with that story. All right, nobody marked the right starters. Number 32's out there. All right. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. Who's to say? Here's Olivia Forbes with the service. The underhander goes a little bit too low to the ground and not quite able to pass go. 1-0 now the score. Panthers take the first point. It takes a while to update. Serving this one up. Claire there from the backfield finds its way up and over the netting. Receiving that one, Amelia going over to Cox. Lands down without a third touch. Panthers now at a 2-point lead. Claire with another service, able to send that one up and over from the back line. Adriana to the front line. Cox able to get that one over to Gracia. That one clears up top. The net goes, bonks that one off the top of Elisa's head as the spike coming down from Madeline Rankin, and that will take the first point for the girls in green. It is warm up here. Emily Cox here with the service, able to send that one up and over. Monica able to Elisa with that secondary touch back into the middle. Monica there to tip that one past from the back line. Adriana able to get that one up to Cox. Into the middle it goes. Slap comes over by crap, what's number 10? Madeline. All right, we're on the roll. We're starting to get the ball rolling. It's just going to take a while because it's a large rock. Emily here with another service, sending this one up, and over it goes. Gets near to there with having play, returns it to the Eagles' side. Up to the front line, tip comes back over from Elisa. Amelia able to get that one over to Cox, and that will be back set over the net, but lands out of bounds. Panthers now at 3. Here's Elisa Armour, number 3 on the Panthers side, to serve this one up. The underhander makes that one up, and over it goes. From the back line, Forbes able to get that one over to Cox. Into the middle it goes, and Gracia there to finish off that play. Lands out of bounds as it crosses the netting, and the Panthers now at 4. And Armour with another service. Sends that one up and over. Ricocheting off 2 players, then hitting the backboard. Being deemed out of bounds. I'm not sure if the net's counting out of bounds, but I don't think it should, because if you make a bucket, you should be awarded a point.
I agree.
Elisa there with that service into the back line. Adriana able to get a first touch. No one able to get that secondary, unless you count the ground. Panthers now at 6. Elisa Armour with another service. Underhands this one up and over to center field. Adriana from the back line able to get that one forward. Cox able to get a hand on that one, but not able to send that one up into the air for her teammate. Panthers now at 7. We have a varsity-only matchup this evening, so it's a best of 5. Whoever claims 3 victories by the end of the evening takes home the series. Emily able to get that one over. Gracia tips that one over. Cassandra gets a tip on that one. Martha getting that one over to Elisa. Tips out, smacking that one across is Monica. Adriana getting a hand on that one. Emily over towards that left side. Gracia able to get that hit back in bounds. Cassandra with a receiving touch. Elisa over to Monica. Into the back line it goes off Adriana, and out of bounds. Panthers take home point number 8. I need to figure out a way to get rid of that glare coming through the garage door. Why aren't the fans on over there? Please. Lisa Armour here sending this one up and over. Adriana from the back line able to get that one forward. Emily with that secondary. It looks like it might cross the netting. Hits the top of the netting and trickles out of bounds without passing go. Panthers gain a point at the end of the day, making it a 9-2 game. Elisa here with the service, able to send that one up and over, getting a hand on that one. Gracia. And finalization by Adriana into the backfield of the Panthers side. It goes. Juliana able to get that one forward. Elisa over to Monica and slaps that one across with a stick of butter from the back line. Forbes able to get a hand on that one. Adriana getting that one up to the netting. Not able to get that one across, though, as it's shut down by the Border Patrol. Panthers now at 10. Eagles at 2. Elisa there with that service. Adriana from the back line able to get that one up to Emily. Gets that one over towards that left side. Amelia not quite able to get a solid footing on that one, and that will be the cause and effect of the Eagles calling their first time out of the evening. 11 for the Panthers, 2 for the Eagles. We got a minute to burn. I should have brought you a mic, because yeah, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen CCSI play in a massive amount of time. It's been at least a season. Because we played...
Yeah, they didn't exist last year.
They didn't exist last year. Did they not? I feel like they might have. I'm pretty sure they did. I just didn't record their games. Because a lot of the time, if it's one team only...
They fell apart during the basketball season last year. I think they did have a volleyball team.
I remember there was a volleyball team. I just don't think I recorded the games.
I just know we didn't play them in basketball.
A lot of the times, if we only play one game at an away game, I just don't go to it, like FCAs. Which we play FC, I think it's next Tuesday. Maybe it's the Tuesday after that. We play them here at home. I don't have the in the transition scene for like timeouts and stuff. I don't have the next up because I'm a little lazy today. Anyway, Elisa here with that service. I want to make that one up and over. Goes off Amelia and out of bounds it falls. Panthers now at 12. Two line judges this evening. Jacob Good on the Eagles side as of now and Cammie Coleman on the Panthers side. Elisa there with that service. Adriana able to get a hand getting that one forward. Cassandra tips that one back. Emily getting a hand on that one. Adriana from the back line back to Emily, and that will finish off the play. Juliana able to get that one to the front line. Elisa to the left side. Monica there slapping that one down. Adriana keeping that one up into the air. Gracia back into the back line. Finalization by the captain. Hits the netting. Trickles over. Kept alive by Elisa. And lands without crossing the line. Eagles pick up point number 4 at the end of that play. Panthers remain at 12. Point number 3. Eagles at 3, Panthers at 12. Let's rock and roll. Number 10, Madeline Rankin with the service. Slaps that one up, hits. If you just put a different spiral on that ball, I think that would have cleared the netting. But there's backspin on it.
Yep.
So as it hit the top, it pushed the net upward rather than downward. It didn't really cross. Monica DePew here sending that one up and over. Adriana able to get that one up to Emily. Back over to Adriana on that left side. Hits that one up and not quite able to make that one over. Panthers now at 14. Eagles at 3. Monica DePew, number 11 on the Panthers side, here to serve this one up. Slaps that one up and over the side of Rice. Hits Forbes in the hands. Not quite able to get it low enough on that one to send that one up and soaring it. So the Panthers pick up point number 15 from that service ace. Sending that one up and over Monica with that service, and will land uncontested. Don't see too many of those throughout the season. Claiming point number 16 for the girls in blue. Monica DePew here with another service, number 11. Sends that one up and over. Adriana on her knees, getting that one over to Forbes. Keeps that one alive. Emily with a third final touch, able to send that one over the netting. Martha, Elisa, hits it up over the net, but Gracia is caught in the net, and the Panthers will receive point number 17. I think I said 8 words as one syllable. I don't know how that happened. But yeah. Here's Monica DePew with the service. Sends this one up and over. Diving for that one, getting on her knees. Number 10, Madeline, not quite able to snag that one up out of the gutters. Timeout once again by the CCSI Eagles. I'll take a swig of Gatorade and we'll rock and roll. So Gatorade's considered the athletic drink, like Powerade. And Mountain Dew is considered the gamer's, like, sports drink. Why isn't there a cross somewhere in between? Because Mountain Dew is very unhealthy and Gatorade is just water with like sugar in it. But Mountain Dew, to an extent, is just water with sugar in it. There's a lot of sugar. And some sorts of acid, but whatever. That's not important.
You know, I heard once that the only thing that you can drink that's worse for you than Mountain Dew is battery acid.
Sounds like a challenge to me, drinking battery acid. I'm sure to some extent your stomach can handle battery acid.
Probably.
Because I think it can handle steel. But don't quote me on that. I'm not...
Why when you throw up,
Like when you throw up, how your throat's all like burny and such.
Yeah, because your stomach juices are in your throat.
All right, so this is a little gross, but I ate a bug this morning. And like I thought it was a black olive on my sandwich. So I bit into it and like it felt like I threw up. It was like that kind of acid. I don't...
Wow.
It tasted gross, but like afterwards I'm like, man, this really sticks with you on your taste buds. And I don't... It was so gross. That was in bounds. Holy cow. I can't believe that. Good hit by Juliana Toth, making it 20-3. I'm realizing we haven't talked for like 4 plays. All right.
Yep.
And by we, I mean me.
I've been distracted.
Forbes able to get that one forward. Emily over to Gracia, able to get that to the Panther side. Getting a hand on that one after the bounce is Clara Melvin. So the Eagles pick up point number 4. Panthers at 20. Substitution for the girls in green. Number 12, Juliana Van Sice comes onto the court. Number 32, Olivia Forbes takes the bench.
I wonder if she's related to that Forbes website who estimates the net worth of people and businesses.
Maybe.
I think they're magazine too.
Good dump off there by Elisa Armour. Makes it 21-4.
I just saw a story the other day. The Cowboys are now worth like $5.2 billion. And their owner bought them for $140 million.
Cassandra there with that service. Gracia with the receiving end. Madeline able to get that one over to Emily. Sends that one to the backfield for the Panthers, but Cassandra's there ready for that one. Elisa back sets that one over to Martha. Slaps that one up and over the netting and lands. Maybe uncontested. Emily able to get a touch on that one, but nonetheless, Panther point in the end of the day, 22-4.
4,000% return on its investment.
Cassandra Eisler there sending that one up and over. Amelia able to get a hand on that one. Emily with that secondary finalization by Adriana. Martha able to get a hand on that one. Elisa getting that one into the middle. Claire there tipping that one past the block. The double block, actually. It's not technically a double block, but I feel like it could be named that. Amelia with the first and secondary by Julia. I think 12? Cassandra there with that service, able to send that one up and over, getting a hand on that in. Madeline, finalization by Adriana. The middleman being Amelia. But it does land out of bounds as it crosses go, and 24 now for the Panthers. Match point for the girls in blue. 20 points is the difference. Cassandra there with that jump service, able to send that one up and over. Gracia over to Amelia. Finalization by Adriana, able to clear that netting. Martha goes forward. Elisa there with that secondary. Clara there sending that one into the back line, but Gracia's there to keep that one alive. Emily able to get that one over to Julia, and that will clear the netting to the Panthers side. Martha forward. Elisa getting that one back over to Juliana with the over-the-shoulder bump. That one makes it into center field. Madeline over to Emily, getting that outside left side. Julia coming down with the hammer. Sending that one back over is Monica Depew, and that will be the end of game number 1. What a way to end off game number 1. 25 for the Panthers, 4 for the Eagles. We'll move into game number 2 here shortly. I think it's a 3-minute timer we should have. Just hit backspace. Just flip me over to the other screen. Backspace. Do it. Thank you. All right, now the mic's still on, but the music's playing, so we'll just kind of roll with this.
I went for the negatives. I worked on algebra enough today. I figured out today.
The fist looks super weird because the fist looks really weird when you shoot it on like that. Because I took a picture of myself doing that, and that's what I used as a reference, and I just put long hair on me. And so that's the diving, Claire. It's just me diving with long hair. Yep. All right. Game number 2. Panthers serving it off. The only difference between this and last game, it looks like Martha's sitting on the bench and Katrina comes out to play in the back. I call it right field because I like baseball. And yeah, and it looks like Forbes is sitting on the bench, number 32, and coming back out to start her off is Julia. I realize that if those two players touch the ball quickly, I'm going to have a tongue twister on my hands. Left foot blue and right foot blue. It doesn't work out. Is Twister technically 4-player?
Huh?
Is Twister technically 4-player? Because it's a 4x4 grid. That's a weird game. All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Panthers here serving this one off. Being the one to do so is number 13, Clara Melvin. Able to snap that one up and over. Diving play by Adriana, able up to Emily. It goes. Madeline there with that spike, able to backpedal enough to get a solid footing on that one. Elisa there setting that one up for Monica. Tips that one up and over the block. Amelia able to get that one forward and tipped over by Emily. Katrina there to the front line. Elisa there to finish that one off with a third touch. Adriana able to get that one forward. Emily with the secondary. Madeline there swipes that one up and over with her forearm, I think that was. Adriana able to get a hand on that one forward. Emily able to backset that one over. Julia there into the back row. Katrina returns that one with one fell swoop, and the Panthers pick up point number 1. It is so nice not having to do an extra job. Thank you for coming up here, Elijah. They're sending that one up and over. Gracia able to get that one forward. Emily tries to tip that one past the block, but Cassandra lets the net do its job, and it does not pass go. There actually wasn't, I don't believe there was contact from Cassandra on that one. Claire there with that service, able to send that one up and over. Diving play by Gracia, able to get that and able to get jiggy with that one. Amelia getting a secondary touch, but kind of goes, well, I'm going to... yeah, but I don't have the dashboard open. You can't tell how many people are watching, but that makes me nervous because I don't like talking in front of people. So the less I know, the better. Amelia able to get that one over. Madeline with that hit, not quite able to pass go. Like for the Harvest game, I had the view number up the whole time, and there was a couple hundred people. That made me so nervous. Like it was just mind-boggling. I don't know why though. I think everyone in the league knows like roughly who I am, which is kind of cool. But I know everyone in the league, so that's also the same amount of creepy the other way around. Because like I still have like the substitution for the CCSI Eagles, number 12, Julia Van Sice takes the bench, and coming out is Olivia Forbes. Like I know almost all the girls' names in the league right now, which is kind of creepy, because I'm that weirdo in the corner with the camera talking to himself the whole game. But yeah, like especially in the preseason tournament, it's clear that people find me creepy because there's people outside the league, and they just don't know who I am. So I'm just a creep in the corner with the camera. Here's Olivia with another service, able to get that one up and over. Diving play by Juliana, able to get that one over to Elisa. Into the middle it goes. Monica able to spike that one up and over. Diving play by Amelia, goes over to Gracia, and that will finish off the play. Juliana on her knees, able to get that one over to Elisa. Getting that one over to Monica. Swipes that one over. Amelia forward. Emily over to Madeline. Slaps that one into center field. Elisa up. Monica able to finish that one off. Amelia able to get that one over Emily with that secondary touch, and the finalization by Madeline into the back line. Katrina receives that one. Elisa goes over to Cassandra, tips that one past the block from the back line. Olivia finds its way into Adriana. And what a windmill of an attack by Madeline, able to get that one up and over. Monica able to get that one up, and Madeline blocking that one and sends that one right back. Monica there with that spike. Diving play by Amelia, not quite able to get underneath it in time, and Panthers pick up point number 6. What a morale booster. After a long series like that, yeah, once you get that point, you feel like you're on top of the world. And the other team, well, they feel a little defeated. Amelia receiving that one, goes over to Emily. Spikes that one. I think I might have been outside the candy canes, but Gracious slaps that one down and is called in the net. Panthers pick up point number 7 as Gracious hands caught in the cookie jar.
Another thing about that, she blocked it out, too.
It is 7-4, right? 7-3. I think my dad. Yeah, okay. I'm right. I knew it. All right, 8-3 now. Panthers pick up a point from that last play.
No, but that girl who blocked it, even if she wasn't in the net, it still went out of bounds.
Yeah. It's all about where the ball goes after you block it. You can have the best block in the world, but if it ricochets out of bounds, it still feels kind of nice, but at the same time, you didn't get the point.
Oh, yeah.
Elisa here with that service, able to send that one up and over to the backfield. Amelia goes over to Forbes into the middle. Calling that one, Adriana able to send that one up and over to her. Diving play by Elisa going to Katrina. Finalization by Monica with the over-the-shoulder bump. Adriana able to receive that one. Emily able to get that one over to Gracia. Up, hits the ceiling and comes back down. You see how it's kind of curved? It kind of like hit the middle of that and it just kind of, whoop, back over.
I know how they feel when you get that, like I play basketball, when you get that beautiful slot and it goes right to their teammate and they score.
Yeah. It's always a rough spot. It's like a sweet victory, or a bittersweet victory. That's what I meant to say. Lisa, they're sending that one up and over. Forbes able to get a hand on that one, going over to Amelia. Low set back into the middle, but Emily's able to handle it. Player forward, Katrina dumps it off. Amelia able to get a hand on that one. Madeline over to Emily, finishing that one off. Elisa forward, Katrina with that secondary. Finds Cassandra in the middle. Tips that one past the netting. Emily with that first touch. Madeline there with that spike from the second hit. Keeping that one alive. Juliana goes into the middle. Claire able to send that one forward. Swinging at that one. Monica not quite able to come up with the ball. And that will be the Eagles' 4th point of the match. Panthers at 11.
I love how Jake was like shuffling around so he didn't get struck.
Yeah, being a line judge, you just got to make sure you stay out of the way and just close your eyes when it's a close call, like Luke always says. Because if you don't see it, no one else did. Emily, they're sending that one up and over. Panthers receive that one, going over to Katrina, finding Clara into the middle, and that one will be set to the Eagles' side. Forbes forward, Emily with that secondary. Finalization by Gracia into the back right side. Caught in the net once again is Gracia. And Elvis has left the building. Jacob able to track Elvis down and bring him on back. Panthers 12, Eagles 4. Here's Monica with that service. Forbes able to get a hand on that one, going over to Amelia. Into the middle it goes. Madeline able to finish that one off. Claire from the back line, diving, keeping that one alive. Cassandra over to Juliana, bumping that one over just to be safe. Emily forward. Amelia going into the middle. Madeline finds a spot in the defense and picks its pocket. Panthers remain at 12. Eagles now at 5. Wait. Hang on. What? 33. Oh, 33. Annika Tyson coming out here. I'm just going to call you Tyson because I like the name Mike. Panthers not able to return that service from Mike Tyson. Substituting out onto the bench in her spot that she's taking is Madeline Rankin, number 10. I forgot to mention that. Tyson there with that service, able to get that one up and over. Julian able to get that one forward and crosses the net creation to the Panthers side. Cassandra to Katrina to the Eagles side. Emily able to get his first touch on that one. Amelia with the secondary, and Tyson sends that one across the netting. Katrina gets that one up with a set. Cassandra there sending that one a little bit too far out of town. Eagles now at 7. Panthers at 12. Service by Tyson, able to make that one up and over. Lot with a receiving touch. Diving play by Katrina. Keeps it alive, and Toth there to finish that one off. Emily able to get a hand on that one. Over to Amelia, and sending that one up and across is Adriana's touch. A little bit too much mustard on that hot dog, and not able to keep that one in bounds. Panthers now at 13. Cassandra Eisler, number 12, here to send this one soaring with the service. Stops that one up with a stick of butter as it crosses out. You can't even skip a rock across the lake and have less contact between. All right, I have an analogy. I just don't know how to throw it out there. She skips it across the lake and scores. Panthers now at 14. Cassandra there with that service, able to get that into the back line and in bounds. Man, it goes down uncontested, and that. What just happened? They have a new handshake. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't ready for this. I didn't sign up today. I'll sign up if I get cookies. Cassandra, they're sending that one up and over. Same spot as before. And, it's like they just added extra innings to their own, like, celebration.
I know, but they haven't practiced it enough. They were all out of sync.
Cassandra just carbon copied 3 times in a row for the hat trick. I'm calling this a hat trick. I don't care what you say. A hat trick of aces. It's like keeping an ace up your sleeve, but it's with a hat.
You got all 4 of them.
Cassandra there with that service. Oh my goodness.
I'm bad at math.
7 more points to win this one because Panthers, that's 25. 8 more makes it 26.
I was right.
You were right. It was 7. Cassandra, oh my.
Better at math than I thought.
Cassandra's just lining these over one after another. Same spot every time. Well, there's 2 different spots, but that's not the point. Same spot every time. It lands on the Eagles side of the court, and that one falls in line with the category. It landed on the Eagles side. It just wasn't in bounds. And with that, that'll end the Cassandra's serving streak. Julia comes back out onto the court, and Forbes will take a seat on the bench. And here's Gracia Clark here with the service, number 3 in the lime green. Oh, I'm falling. Gracia, they're sending that one over to Toth, able to get on her knees, getting that to Katrina. And that one will be spiked over by Clark, claiming another point for the girls in blue. Panthers now at 20. Substitution is called for the Panthers. Katrina Eisler will go onto the bench, and coming back out to play the back line is Martha Depew, number 10. Next home game, and you're going to be up here, I'm getting you a mic, because I don't know if they can hear you or not. Martha, they're sending that one up and over. Ricochet is off Amelia. I don't know how the English language works, and I have it Ameliag with a G at the end. I don't know what to do with this information, but you have it now, so now I can keep you up at night as well. Julia there with that spike, ships it across the lake, but lands out of bounds. Panthers now at 22, Eagles at 8.
My specialty is just yelling, "Get blocked," when someone blocks.
Worth it there with that service. Gracia able to get a hand on that one. Emily with a secondary finalization by Amelia. That one skips out of bounds and across the scorekeeper's table. You be the color commentator. Because all you do is make funny remarks the whole game. Martha there with that service, and a nice solid one, if I do say so myself. Gracia there sending that one back to the Panthers side. Elisa, the Cassandra slaps that one into center field, lands in bounds. Holy cow. That's making the highlight reel. Timeout by.
It was like, it stopped, and I thought it go backwards, and then it went forwards again.
You talking about like the little fan?
Yeah.
The doodad? A timeout by the CCSI Eagles. We get the slack off for a while. Yeah. I don't know. If we had a way to set like this up, like.
I could even just hold it.
Yeah, but I don't know how to set it up to my computer. I don't know if it's Bluetooth or not. I don't think it is. It's hooked up to the sound system over there. If there's a way to use my phone, like USB plug it in, use the microphone off that. Or what we could do is roll with the same like mic up system I'm going to use for the tournament. Oh yeah, if you're listening, I'm going to do a mic'd up session for the tournament for the football games. I don't know about volleyball. That's a different story. But football, I'm going to mic up Caleb, and I think I'm going to plan on micing up Elijah for the Solid Rock game later on. But yeah.
I turned the mic on.
Yeah, I think it's muted.
Because I was doing this, and I turned it off.
All right, jumping back into the action, match point for the Panthers. Eagles have a long road ahead of them if they're going to come back, but I've seen it done before. Martha, they're sending that one up and over. Amelia able to get a hand on that one. Emily with that secondary, and Adriana with that left-handed spike. Elisa going over towards that left side with that set, and Toth will be the one to send that one over. Emily at 4. Amelia, they're tipping that one past the netting. Cassandra, Elisa, and that will finish off the play. Emily getting out to the back line. Gracia able to get that one forward. Amelia able to back set that one over top the netting. Cassandra with the first. Elisa with the secondary. In the finalization by Clara. Emily with that receiving touch gets that one up to Adriana, and that will go to the Panthers side. Martha from the back line to Elise on the front. Back to Martha with a back line attack. Not quite able to score on that one as Tyson's there with the defense. Gracia able to send that one up and over. Cassandra there receiving touch. Elisa over to Clara into the back line. And that will be the end of the match as that lands in bounds. 25 for the Panthers, 8 for the Eagles. We'll take a 3-minute intermission. Go get your chocolate milk, and we'll be right here after the timeout's over. Or not the timeout, the intermission. I'm good at English. I just don't know when to use it right, or how to use it right. And then one thing you could do to make it better is just like click a little speaker doodad here, and that'll mute my mic. All right, about 30 seconds until you get back into the action. Yeah, on Thursday, our volleyball team plays at 8 o'clock against Woodland, 12:10 p.m. against Somerset, and then 5:10 p.m. against Portersville.
Yeah, we play at 11:15 and 2:15, which is Neighborhood and Solid Rock.
Yeah. So I think our schedules lap over. Our football team plays at 11:15 against Neighborhood, and then 2:15 against Solid Rock, which I will be recording those. I don't know if I'm going to record any of the volleyball games, but they will be live streamed by the Harvest staff, so you'll be able to watch it at some facet. But if I do record a volleyball game, I'll probably only be able to do Portersville. But if I do that, well, you'll get my luscious voice commentating, and which it might actually just be like an octave lower than Mike Lang, which will be something else. Because a day full of commentating with like my announcer voice, like I did with CLA, like I don't think I could do that for a full day. That's what I did with Mount Carmel. That was my warm-up match. But yeah, it's very taxing, but it's a lot of fun. So that's the important part. Yeah, so we got games 8 o'clock, Woodland, 12:10 against Somerset, 5:10 against Portersville. That's all on Thursday at the Harvest Baptist Christian School Church. HBA, Harvest Baptist Academy. All right. I remember abbreviations. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know what CCSI stands for. I'm assuming the I means Institute. But I don't know. Because S might mean school. And I don't know what CC stands for.
I think the first C is their church name, Might be like Calvary Christian
The first C might be their church. It might be.
Institute. I don't know. I can't remember.
The second C is probably Christian.
Laura has showed.
Laura's here?
Laura's in the building.
Laura's here. Laura's here.
Yeah, they don't know.
See, if you didn't mention that, I wouldn't have even looked down. Because every time I look down, I see beady little eyes, and that worries me. Because, again, I don't like people watching me for some reason. Even though I do this for pretty much a living. All right, jumping into game number 2. Here's Olivia Forbes with that service. Lane's out of bounds, and the Panthers pick up point number 1. It's an unfortunate way to start off the match, but it's down to the books, so we'll move on. Claire here with that service, able to send that one up and over, getting a hand on that one. Amelia goes up. Emily able to get a hand on that one. Gracia able to finish that one off. Martha able to get that one over to Elisa. Finalization by Monica able to get that one over. And I feel like we're having like a level 10 earthquake right now. Holy cow. All right. I'm just afraid the monitor's going to fall off. Jeez. Because that's not bolted down. That's just sitting there. And we're a decent ways off the ground. Forbes there with that reception from the Clara service. Monica able to get that one over. Elisa with the secondary. Cassandra there sending that one up and over. Olivia with the first touch. Adriana with the secondary. Emily with the over-the-shoulder finalization on that one. Elisa tipping that one up and over. Claims a point for the girls in blue. 3 for the Panthers now. And the Eagles looking for their first point of the match. Claire there with that service, able to send that one up and not quite able to, she makes it up and over, but Amelia not quite able to get underneath it in time. And that will be a service ace for the Panthers. 4-0 now the score. Claire here with that service, able to get that one up and over. That just goes down uncontested.
Come on. It landed right in the middle of the court. It couldn't get more perfect.
Claire here with the service. Sending this one up a little bit too far to the left side as it lands, well, decent ways out of bounds. Here's Emily Cox with a service. Sending that one up and over. Cassandra getting a hand on that one. Elisa getting the secondary. Cassandra there, finalization into the back row. Goes off Forbes and out of bounds it falls. Panthers now at 6. Substitution for the Panthers. Martha Depew gets voted off the island, and Katrina will come on to play the front row. So I guess they're rolling with Katrina's quote-unquote libero, not libero, anti-libero role.
I always said libero because it sounds better.
Libero. Sounds like a different word. I can't pronounce for the life of me. Lot there with that service, getting a hand on that one. Adriana with that first reception of it, not quite able to get a solid footing on that one. And you just got to make sure your first touch is, on point, because that's the pacemaker for the entire play. Lot there with another service, sends that one a little bit too far as it lands down deep in the key. I haven't said that since basketball season. Huh?
What'd you say? I didn't.
Lands deep in the key. Man. Here's Madeline Rankin, number 10 in the lime green. Oh man, I don't know about that. That was incredibly close. Like you can't grate cheese much closer than that.
Oh, I just remembered it's Cammy doing.
Adriana getting the first touch on that. Emily getting the secondary and finalization by, I believe that was Amelia. Katrina with the back set clears the netting. First touch by Forbes, finding Emily to the left side. Left side. Yeah, that's left side. Gracia finishing that one off. Amelia getting a touch on that one. Not quite able to send that back to the Panther side or into a playable position for the teammates. And we will have a substitution. Number 33, Annika Tyson coming out to play the back line. And Madeline Rankin going to take a seat on the bench. I smell a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Tyson gets a fingertip on that one, but not enough to stop its momentum. And the ball almost leaves the building. Panthers now at 10, Eagles at 2. Monica Depew here with the service. Sends that one up and over. Goes off Adriana and into the bench. He was ready for that one. I think he's our up-and-coming star. He's already got contact with the ball. I struggle to do that. So he's already better than me. 8 points is the difference. Gracia getting that one forward. Emily able to get that one over to what?
I said, do you really want it to come up here, though?
I don't want to. No. No. Eagles pick up point number 3 at the end of that play. Panthers at 11. I mean, if the ball does come up here, I'll be amazed because that's a lot of power to be deflected. Unless someone spikes it directly up here. But then we'll have other issues. Gracia there with the line drive, hits the netting, not able to pass go.
Spiked it right back and hit somebody like directly in the head and hit their head.
I mean, there has been a few times that I've played the ball as a cameraman, and I don't know how I keep it from shaking, but like, it's the coolest feeling in the world, but it's so off camera, no one ever sees it. Cassandra there with that first, Katrina with the secondary. Claire able to get that one into the backfield, lands out of bounds. Panthers remain at 12, Eagles now at 4. 8 points is the difference once again. Yeah, I did math right. Amelia with the line drive, not quite able to send that one up and over as it hits the lower third of the netting. Martha Dupuy comes out to play the back line and serve this one up. Katrina gets voted off the island. Elisa Armour plays the front line in the spot of Madison Lott.
Why did Dad change the score?
Are we a score behind? 14-4. I don't know. My mom's right there with the scorebook. He'll figure it out. Eagles pick up point number 5. All right, substitution number 10, Madeline Rankin coming back out onto the court, and Mike Tyson takes a seat on the bench. Service by Mast, sends that one up, not quite able to make it over. Yeah, a lot of times if it is a mismatch, I just let the scoreboard operator be right.
It just was the 14, so I don't think.
Oh, okay, 14-5. Juliana Toth there with that service, sends that one up and over. Mast getting a hand on that one into the middle. Emily there with a secondary and finalization by Madeline. Into the back line. Martha finds his way to Elisa. Back over to Martha. Martha from the back line comes with an attack. Adriana able to get that one forward. Emily with a secondary. Over the shoulder bump. Beautifully done by Julia. Spike comes down by Claire into the hands of Gracia. Receives that one. Emily over to Julia. Slaps that one, but not able to get enough power behind it. Panthers pick up point number 15, according to the scoreboard.
I'd rather both of us be wrong.
Amelia able to get a hand on that one. Van Sice not quite able to get that one back into the middle, and that will do a little bit of damage to your morale. Panthers now at 16, brings the lead up to 11. Eagles at 5. Juliana Toth able to get that one up and over. Diving play by Adriana, gets a hand on that one. Hits the fan, kind of protects the ball from leaving the building. Panthers now at 17. It has to be 83 degrees in here. Anything less would be a crime. Juliana able to get that one up and over. Amelia able to get that one over to Adriana in the back line. To the front line it goes, and Madeline there to finish that one off. Elisa dumps that one off. Emily with the receiving touch. Madeline there spiking that one over. Cassandra getting on her knees, keeping that one to the front line. Emily over to Monica, finishing that one off. Diving play by Adriana able to get that one over to Emily, sending that one across the court. Not able to send that one over is number 12, Julia Van Sice.
Big save Spike.
The big save spike?
She comes over from like this and then goes like that.
Oh, like the windmill spike.
Yeah. Big save.
I can't even spike it. I don't. Yeah. Juliana there with that service. Stumps that one back down. The garbage chute is Clara Melvin. Panthers now at 19. You know, like when you put something in the garbage chute and it comes back up because your little brother's, annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everyone can level with that.
Except for the ones without little brothers.
Yeah, except for the ones without little brothers.
Jacob. He was the little brother.
Yeah, unless you are the little brother. Yeah. All right, Panthers pick up point number 20 from that. Five points away from closing it out. 20-5 is the score. Juliana there sending that one up and over. Amelia gets that one forward. Emily able to find its way over to Madeline. Tips that one past the block. Claire getting the first touch on that one. Sending that one back over is Monica. Elisa there spiking that to the Eagles' side. Gracia not quite able to get a solid touch on that one. And 4 more points will close out the match. Panthers do lead the series 2-1 or 2-0, and 2-0, depending on where you're from and what sport you're playing. But this is volleyball. Madeline there clearing that netting. Claire not quite able to send that one back up and over for the girls in blue, and the Panthers remain at 21. Eagles pick up point number 6, and a substitution will be called for the girls in the green. Number 32, Olivia Forbes, will come on to play the court, and getting voted off the island is number 12, Julia Van Sice. Olivia there sending that one up and over. Claire able to get a hand on that one, and Elisa tips that one up and over. Gracia diving for that one, getting a touch on that one. Valiant effort, but nonetheless, Panthers pick up point number 22. Substitution is called for the girls in blue. Laura Hone's going to play. All right. Let's see what happens. Greeted by the entire team except Monica, or Martha, the other Depew. Laura Hone there sending that one up, and over it goes. Beautiful service, and that will claim point number 23.
I don't think she needs any practice.
I mean, as many games as we've been playing, practice is probably the least of the Panthers' worries. All right, 2 unreturned services by Laura Hone makes it a match point, series point for the Panthers. I believe it. I think it was the Panthers' practice last night. They were playing against the adults just for like a little game. I don't know who won, but Emily able to get that one over to Gracia. It tips that one up and over with the bump. Juliana able to get that one forward, Elisa into the back line. And Laura Hone with the spike will claim the match as the dynamite goes boom. And that'll be the end of game number 3. 25-6 being the final score. Beautiful matchup between the two girls, or the two teams of girls today. Good matchup here in the Panther Den. Our next match, I don't even know when our next match is going to be, like, home-wise. Do you have any idea? I feel like our next home game is against FCA. I think it's not this next Tuesday, but it's the Tuesday after that, according to Adria. But I don't know. Follow us on Twitter. I'm starting to post updates on there. If you go to the Slipper SRSN or SR_Panthers on Twitter, I have the tournament Thursday schedule up and running. So if you want to check that out, go for it. If not, I'm not your dad. You have anything you want to say to the guys at home, Elijah?
No, I'm good.
No?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good.
How many meatballs do you like in your spaghetti?
As many as I can get.
All right, well, that'll conclude the evening. I'm Gabriel Eisler. That's Elijah Toth. This has been Slippery Rock Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. In backspace. Yeah. This is the smoothest we've ever done a video, a live stream. I kind of wish there was a JV game. This is so nice. I don't have to do all the work anymore.
Be like relaxed.
Dude, that was so relaxing. I didn't even do... I don't think... Alright, I feel like the camera work's going to be really bad because I didn't look at the camera the entire game. I looked at it twice. Just to make sure I wasn't zoomed in the whole way like I do in football games. Okay. Oh wait, my mic's still on. Alright, you got a little behind the scenes action from me.